Okay, now that you've heard that bio, here's the lady of the hour right here for this interview that she's going to give us so much information about literally moving to the next step in your entrepreneurship, into breaking into prosperity. We have the one and only Miss Dee Collins. Miss Dee Collins, how are you today?
Hey, I'm great, Nolan. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, thank you for being a part of Bio Bootcamp Live.
Oh
We,
man.
we literally have everybody that's at the top of their game, and you fit right in. I know you have a book. I want you to talk about that. I know you got some tips for us. I want you to talk about that. And I do hear we have some freebies. So for the people that are watching right now, you better watch to the end because you're going to hear all of this, my friend, before we get to the freebies. So Miss Dee, tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, I'm so glad you asked about it. Super excited about this book. I've been an author for a while. I mean, ever since I was a little girl, actually, I used to write books.
Hmm.
And it was funny. I grew up in the suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio, and we have basements there. I don't have basements here because I'm in Tucson, Arizona now, so we don't do the basement thing here. But when I was a little girl, I used to actually go down to the basement and sit at my dad's giant desk. And I used to take typing paper and write stories on them. And then I would take some construction paper and I would draw my covers and staple them together. And I had a publishing company down in the basement of my childhood home. So
Whoa.
I have been writing for a long time. And but last year, even though I had already published probably about 5 or 6 books before my last book, my most recent book was the first book I had to hit #1 on Amazon as a bestseller.
Boom.
So that was, I mean, that must have just made the gates come gushing open because I had 3 Amazon #1 bestsellers last year. So I'm super excited. And the book is called Muscle Memory Millionaire, The
Okay.
Hidden Secret to Automating Your Success. Uh,
Wow.
well,
Wow.
if I could explain how I came up with the concept a little bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, I was just thinking about this concept of muscle memory, and it's active in all of our lives every single day. We just may not recognize it for what it is. But have you ever driven from the store to home and you don't even remember the trip? You just got home and you don't know how you got there because your body has done it so many times, it just automatically knows how to drive that route. So
Yes.
it's the same thing that we can apply to success. Or like if you take a surgeon and say a surgeon does an appendectomy 150 or 200 times, that surgeon can perform that surgery blindfolded because his hands automatically know where to go because he's done it so often. So
Right.
what I'm proposing with Muscle Memory Millionaire, the hidden secret to automating your success, is to begin to do habits on a daily basis, things that create success. And after you do them continuously every single day, that you're going to be your success is going to become automated because it's going to be that muscle memory is going to kick in, and every day when you get up you're just automatically going to start doing those things that create success in your life.
So, what can you give us a little glimpse of the list that we need to start to implement in the lives so we can create the muscle memory? Do you have a couple of tips of those?
Well, let me see. There's so much in this book, but also it's not just like an instructional manual for success. I also profile 7 millionaires in this book that agreed to be a part of it, very successful people, and they actually shared their success story. And so that's another brilliant part of the book because you get to hear how people had different pathways to success and different things worked for them. And so I took the best from the best. There's a Japanese word, it's called dantosu, and it means the best of the best. So what I did was I took some of the best millionaires out there, and then I said, hey, what habits did you identify that you noticed that you were doing on a daily basis that you believe helped contribute to your success? And then each one of them had, different things that they were able to contribute so that the readers are able to get that. So, I mean, I have like the muscle memory workout. I have different things about, overcoming failure. I say to bankrupt failure, in the book. So we're not going to let failure bankrupt you, but you're going to bankrupt failure, because failure is actually a prerequisite to success. And some of the most successful people in history have suffered through many failures. And even I myself, I failed so many times, Nolan, I was ready to throw in the towel. I was ready to throw in the whole comforter. Forget the towel. I was throwing in blankets. And
right.
I'm so tired of failing and not being successful. And I almost gave up. I truly almost gave up. And then I remembered a few things. I remembered that Steven Spielberg got rejected from film school 3 times.
Yep.
And went on to become, one of the top filmmakers of all time.
Right.
Then I thought about the fact that, Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. And he's absolutely iconic. People are walking around with Jordans, and, his name will be famous forever,
yes.
Within basketball and professional athletics. So, I began to think of other things. And one story that really, really inspired me was the one about Colonel Sanders, because I found out that he was a failure. He had a failed career. He had a failed marriage. And at the age of 65, he wanted to commit suicide. And when I found out at 65, this man wanted to kill himself, but he died a billionaire with a B.
Right.
And so I just, that just really inspired me, because it let me know it's never too late to be successful. And no matter how many times you have failed in your life previously, you can still go on and become one of the greatest successes that has ever been heard of.
I say all the time that you have to have a great relationship with failure, right? Because you have to fail your way to success. There's no way around it. So you literally have to figure out how to program your mind to know that you're learning and you're moving around in this whole dynamic almost as an inventor. When you have an inventor is tweaking here and tweaking there. Sometimes they're so close to the invention, kind of like the light bulb, right? Mm-hmm. Thousands of times he failed, and then when he finally succeeded, let there be light everywhere by the flick of a switch, right? Mm-hmm. And so I absolutely agree with you from that standpoint. It sounds as if what you have literally can be a series of just always finding new millionaires that are the best of the best that can add to what you have.
Oh, absolutely. The more, the merrier. And one of my projects right now is actually helping to mentor people into millionaire status. I also have another book in the works that one of the people that I profiled in this book, they're like, I want in on that next book, and it's called The 15-Minute Millionaire. And so I'm looking forward to writing that and profiling more people. But you said something about training the mind, and that just really sparked something in me, because when I was getting ready to come on this talk with you, I was thinking about some things that I wanted to share with the listeners. And I actually came out with this process, and it's the 5 psychological keys to unlocking your prosperity. And I came out with an acronym, and the acronym is actually the word MINDS, MINDS. Okay. So each letter stands for one of the steps in the process. So like the M stands for mind mapping, the I stands for inspirational imagery.
Hold on. You're going too fast. Like we got to have people writing this stuff down, right? So this is Bio Bootcamp Live. They're literally going to get pen and paper right now, and you just like, and number 68. I'm like, dude, I forget. I didn't get 1 through 67.
Well, so I think we haven't gotten to the freebies yet, and I do have another freebie. But what if I provide you with the slides that show the different steps and make that available to our viewers?
Okay, we could definitely do that. Okay, so as we talk about, as we talk about minds, so M is mind mapping. Now, what is that for those that are not familiar?
Okay, so the mind mapping is when you think and connect tasks, words, concepts and items around a central concept or subject.
Mm.
So even though the word mind is in there, it's because it's a thought process that you're going to use to be able to do it. But you're also going to want to actually put these things down on paper visually. So when you mind map something, you're going to take your central concept or idea. It might be a business idea. It might be a product launch idea. It might be a marketing plan. It might be a book idea, but it's just a central concept or idea. And then you're going to think of different things that can connect tasks, different words that connect to it, different concepts. And then you're going to draw lines to your central concept of all of these different things to help you materialize that thing.
Okay. All right. So what is the I?
Okay. So the I is inspirational imagery.
Okay. So explain that.
Okay. So inspirational imagery is the power of visual imagery to where you imagine your success in a way that inspires you.
Right.
So you want to always see yourself successful, even if you aren't there yet, but it is definitely a journey and not necessarily a destination. But visual imagery is so powerful and it inspires us to keep going and inspires us to do what we need to do. And in those moments when we want to give up, this inspirational imagery is what helps us get over those obstacles.
That's a big part of NLP, neuro linguistic programming, when it comes to that
Yes.
whole situation. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Okay. So that's inspirational imagery. N is for Nolan. What now? I'm just asking. So what's the N for?
For Nolan knows. So I call this neuroplastic negotiation.
Okay.
Okay. So it's the brain's ability to adjust by the conversations you have with yourself for positive outcomes. So, it's like talking yourself off the ledge. Sometimes you have to negotiate with yourself because you are the criminal if you are going to hold yourself back. That is absolutely criminal when it comes to success. So you have to sometimes negotiate with yourself, tell yourself what you need to do, have these conversations, these internal conversations. And I also, what helps me with my neuroplastic negotiation is my mental grazing. And so that's like feeding myself mentally with knowledge and information that's out there, whether it's just knowledge based or inspirational based or both. But I can use those bits and pieces of things that I have mentally grazed on when I need to negotiate with myself.
Got you. Okay. All right. And so what is the D?
Oh, D.
I was going to say, is
I mean,
the N Nolan and D Collins?
one
Like,
for you, one for me.
right.
But the D is for decisive dreaming. And
Okay.
so this is dreaming to produce a definite result. So you dream with action in mind, in other words, and this is really your why. You hear people, you hear a lot of inspirational people and entrepreneurs talk about you got to know your why. Your why is why you're doing what you're doing. What do you want to come from this? What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going? What's your purpose in it? And I call decisive dreaming with action in mind, because a dream that's without action is just a dream, and that's where it's going to stay. But to actually bring it to fruition, you have to have actions that go with that dream. And I will talk about that a little bit later when I'm giving out one of the free gifts that I have for everyone today.
Okay. And then the S.
The S is for strategic self-discipline. So this is exercising self-control. We need to do this because sometimes we can be all over the place. And when you exercise self-control that leads to success, we need to know that we need to have patience in our lives. We need to have proper balance. I mean, as hard as you work, it's good to work hard. It's also good to play hard. You're going to work, you need to rest. You need that balance. You also need focus, and you need to develop good habits, as we mentioned a moment ago, but strategic self-discipline. And I had to find out this the hard way, that at one point in my life, I was not very self-disciplined when it came to business practices, and it was holding me back from success. And the reason I call it strategic self-discipline is because when you learn to discipline yourself, it becomes strategic in the plan that moves towards your success.
Got you. Okay. All right. So that's the minds, and we're gonna have something free for them to be able to download that and have, or at least have access to that right here. So that's the first freebie. You have another freebie for us?
Well, yeah, that wasn't, I just threw that in just now when you were
Okay.
telling me to slow down and people were grabbing pens and
Right.
let me just make it, because I like to make things easy for people.
Okay.
And so let me just go ahead and make that available. So I will figure out a way to get that to you where we can deliver it.
Okay. All right. And so what is the freebie? So let's talk about that.
Okay, so
I'm like, let me get my change book, like the old ladies used to say. You sure it's free? Because it's always a gimmick. Like, let me get my change book. What you got for us?
Absolutely. I remember them little.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So the freebie that we have for you today is actually a two-part freebie. It is a free vision board creation template and a free plan of action board creation template. So here's what I did. I created a vision board by using PowerPoint slides. And what I did was I took a square. So some of the things I have on my vision board is I want to be a world changer. I want to create a scholarship fund. I want to take care of my father. I want to be able to be a blessing to my children. I want to grow my publishing business. So these are just something, I want to contribute to charity. I want to dig some wells in Africa. I want to build some orphanages in India. I want to send, the clean water. I want to send food. So each spot on your vision board, no matter what your visions are, you take a square, you get a picture that represents that particular part of your vision, and then you find out how much your business needs to be bringing in on a monthly basis to be able to make that vision come to pass. So what I did was I put the template in the PowerPoints, and then you could just go in and drop in your own vision names, your own amounts, and your own pictures. Okay. And then once you do that, I give you instructions. So I won't go into that a lot right now, but once you get on the website to access it, you will see instructions. But you basically save your slides as a JPEG picture file, and then you can just dump them into a Microsoft Publisher, arrange them. I did mine on a 3-foot by 4-foot, and then I arranged them, saved it as a PDF, emailed it over to the printer, and they printed it on 3-foot by 4 feet cork board. So I have this giant vision board in full color with the pictures, what it is, and exactly how much each of them I'm gonna need on a monthly basis. So I was explaining that a dream is just a dream without action. It never, actually comes to pass. So I actually provide you with a plan of action board creation template. And what the plan of action board is, it is the processes, the steps, the things that you need to do to make the things on your vision board come to pass. So you can create a plan of action board square that correlates to every square on your vision board, and they will work together simultaneously to make those visions happen for you. So that's what I'm providing, that template, so you can create one for yourself and use that in your journey.
That is absolutely awesome and amazing. I have a lot of people that are here that are speakers that will probably definitely benefit from that. And then our audience that's here listening and watching right now, a freebie for you guys to take whatever you're doing for the next step. Because when you really talk about success, and you talked about balance a little bit earlier, your health success is very important as well. And there's still a plan of action to get your discipline and your visualization for your vision boards together to say, what level of healthiness do you want to be in, right? Do you want to achieve? Where do you want to be physically in this whole journey? And now that still crosses over to their success, their business, their career, because it's the same formula in achieving anything.
Absolutely. I have an entire square on my vision board dedicated to health, because that's a goal that goes right along with the monetary success.
Right.
If you don't have physical success, the monetary success means absolutely nothing. And, Nolan, I used to be, a fan. I remember a long time ago, many, many years ago, there is this movie that came out called The Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
And the original Matrix, the very first one, Morpheus, he takes Neo into the jump program. And so they're supposed to be able to jump from the top of one building to the other building.
Right.
But the thing is, you can only make the jump if you believe that you can make the jump.
Absolutely.
So they're in the jump program. So Neo goes to jump. He goes, it looks good to start off with. And then he goes,
right.
So when he wakes up out of the jump program, he's bleeding. And he looks at Morpheus and he says, I thought it wasn't real. And Morpheus says, the mind makes it real.
Right.
So, we are all kind of like in that jump program, so to speak, but we need to get to the point where we actually believe that we can do this and then be able to move forward to actually do it and know that the mind makes it real. And with mentors like you, Nolan, this can help people, because people might say, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. But I was just, talking to you last week, because what I don't know that you tell me what you know, so then I know it. And then
right.
It helps me to become successful. So, I cannot emphasize the importance of having a mentor. They say that one of my mentors says one day of favor is worth a lifetime of labor. So like if I know how to use a computer program that you don't know how to use, you can either go to the classes, spend hours on that, read the manuals, watch the videos, or I can say, hey, Nolan, I'm just going to jump on a Zoom call and share my screen, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in 30 minutes, where you would have spent 8 hours or multiple days doing it.
Absolutely.
That's the power of mentorship.
Absolutely. And it's the power of Justice League as well. You're a part of Justice League. Yeah. So I want to give you a big shout out. I want to thank you for that. And as we talk about the physical part, as we talk about the mentorship part, that brings me to this.
Wait a minute. Twinsies.
So, your thing of overall success, you saw this product, you just started to experience what's going on with this product. How do you feel about implementing this and helping others get that feeling and that level of physical success?
You know what? I am so super excited about this product and helping other people implement it into their success. Well, I think I added an S onto the word people's, but you know what I mean.
Right, exactly.
I try to act like, talk crazy sometimes. My friend, my dear friend and business associate, Tony Kaufman, introduced me to this product. Yes. And I'm so grateful, because I heard her mention it before, but I was just so busy doing stuff. Like I wasn't really paying attention to what she was saying.
Right.
So then once I finally got it, I was like, man, I should have listened to her a long time ago. It is phenomenal. First of all, when I started using it, after I had been using it for about 2 weeks, and it's just so easy to use, I started noticing things, because I had been having some problems. First of all, it has the stuff in it called HGH, which is the human growth hormone. I read up on it. I found out that as we get older and age, that our bodies produce less and less of it. And then, we can start having different things or experience different things in our physical bodies associated with aging. Some of the things that I was experiencing was I was having trouble sleeping. I had really, really bad insomnia. I had low energy levels. I know that, you can't tell that, I'm getting up there in age by looking at me.
I cannot. I'm blown away. I didn't want I wanted to say that when you first came on. I was like, Shazam! I had no idea.
Stop it. Boom, as you say. So, but anyway, I started using the product in the morning and in the evening. And all of a sudden, one day, I realized I had slept for several hours straight. And I was like, whoa, did that do that? And then I noticed that I just had more energy and I just felt better. I just had like an extra pep in my step. So I am definitely a believer. And so, I mean, the physical results are great. I'm super excited about improving my health with the product and having more energy. But even more than that, being able to help others, not only from a physical sense, but for what they are able to do with this product, how it can contribute to their success and be a blessing in their lives.
So the way that you said that, you're the only person that I'm talking to as of right now from a business standpoint, as you're talking about the success. A lot of times there's a focal lens that people see things through once you say is multi-level marketing or network marketing, which really these days is really just a virtual business. It's not a home-based business. It's really a phone-based business because everything we do is off the phone. We don't have to be at home anymore. So as you talk about success, and you seem to be very successful, you have multiple books. You've been like, I'm 47 years old. I literally, if I started when you were started, I could tell people I've been an author for 43 years. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, Jesus, how old are you? You see what I'm saying? I've been stapling books down in the basement for a long time, right? So, right. So I'm saying, as I'm saying, taking your story, but when you look at a successful published author, a coach, for you to look at this from a business standpoint and truly see what this product does, two, how big the market is, because everybody that's aging should be on this product because it gives you your life back. But three, more importantly, as a serious extra stream of income, talk to me a little bit about how you see this from a business standpoint and helping other people implement it in their businesses.
Okay. Absolutely. I was thinking while you were talking, and I don't want to get too far off subject, but there was a piece of my publishing story as an author that I didn't tell you. So I didn't always publish. I used to just write. And so my mom was like my biggest fan, even from the time that I was a little girl. And when I grew up and I continued to write, she read some of my stuff and she's like, Dee, this is really good. Like, you need to publish this. And I would say, okay, Mom, I'll do it. And so I went on. I didn't publish. I went to college. I didn't publish. And so my mom kept on coming back to me saying, publish, publish, publish. And I never did it. And one day she got so mad at me and she was like, hey, just give me your stuff and I'll publish it. And I was like, lady, calm down. Okay.
Right.
I got this. Okay. I got to handle it. I will do it. But I didn't do it, Nolan. And one day my mom got a stomach ache that never went away. And the doctors kept sitting in her home saying nothing was wrong with her. And by the time they decided to keep her and actually run the test that they needed to run, we found out that she was in stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wow.
So 6 months later, and this is my best friend, this is the person I promised I was going to do it. 6 months later, she was gone. And my first publishing job was writing her obituary, as the writer in the family.
Right.
So I wrote her obituary for this woman that believed in my writing, believed in my success, believed in me more than I believed in myself. Right. And I never did it. So when that happened, a couple of things happened. I got instantly cured from procrastination. And I realized that procrastination is the thief of dreams. And the reason why I'm telling this story is because right after that, I just wanted to do anything that I could to keep my word. So the quickest way that I could publish something was going to be online. So I jumped online and I wrote a 5,000 word article called Pancreatic Cancer, Living from Diagnosis to Death, the Diary of a Cancer Patient's Daughter. So I put my phone number in the article. not thinking this is going to be on the internet, people might actually call me. I just wanted to get it out. So what happened was, I didn't think anybody was going to read the article. Nolan, 30,000 people read the article.
Oh, wow.
I started getting calls at all time of the day or night, calls from the UK, calls from the West Indies, calls from all across the United States, people thanking me, their loved ones were going through this, thanking me for the things I put in my article. And it just, all of a sudden it hit me that when my mom, that time when she got angry and said, just give it to me, I'll publish it. It wasn't so much that my writing was so great. It was that whatever we have in us, we have to share it with the world for it to make a difference.
Absolutely.
And so these people, I was helping people because I was no longer being that selfish person of keeping my thing inside of me, but I was sharing it, and then it helped others, and then it spread, and then it went global. So I had to share that story because that's how I feel about sharing this product. And it's not just a monetary wealth, because I believe that when you operate in your purpose, then the profitability will come when you put that ahead of things. And
Right.
so our purpose is not to just take up space on this earth, not just to breathe in and out for no reason.
And not just to take.
Right. And
It's a whole bunch of people on this earth that think it's all about taking what's theirs or what they're due, but it's more about giving. But continue.
right.
I'm with you.
So when I look at it, I don't look at it necessarily. Network marketing and multi-level marketing is actually a genius type of financial structure that can give you like unlimited income opportunity. But basically all you're doing is sharing.
Yep.
And so I have this product right now because a friend that I trusted shared it with me. And she said, it's great and you should try it. And I trust her, and I'm not going to question that. And that's how it goes for other people too. You just share with the people that you love and that you care about. And then, the financial blessings will come in.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what? This has been a great conversation. I can talk about success all day. So, we got to get to moving. We got so many other people right here at Bio Bootcamp. Anything else you want to say before you go, Ms. D?
Well, I usually always tell people this, which is always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you'll still be among the stars. So,
All right. All right. How can somebody get in contact with you if they wanted to use your publishing company or buy any of your books? Or it sounds like you got courses. Take any of your courses.
I do. I have an online self-publishing course where I teach people how to self-publish in 60 days or less with global distribution. It's called the Ultimate Book Publishing Blueprint. So I have my website is DeneneCollins.com. That's DeneeEne Collins, COLLINS.com, and we'll provide you with that information as well. You can also email me directly. I'm the creator of Success Creation Academy, Inc. And so my email address there is d@successcreationacademy.com. That's DEE@successcreationacademy.com. Can't wait to hear from you.
Hey, I appreciate you, D.
I appreciate you more.
We're about to come right back. We have some other people in this starting lineup. We'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Thanks again, Nolan.
Thank you.